ARC-77, known as Fordo, was an Alpha-class advanced recon command captain of the Grand Army of the Republic and born on Kamino. Welcome to Centurions Out, and today we are reviewing from Star Wars The Black Series and the 50th Lucasfilm anniversary, the ARC Trooper from the Clone Wars. Well, we kind of know it as Fordo, to be honest with you, and I will kind of go along with that as well. And I actually will bring in my custom out a little bit later date as well to actually kind of put these two together, because looking at this guy, I think I might have jumped the gun and actually picked him up and not actually liking him even before I get him out of the box. But we know he's a brilliant figure, we know it's a great body, but I'm not too sure what they've done here. It doesn't quite work, that's for sure. Anyway, but we've got ARC Trooper down here in the red to represent Fordo. We've got Clone Wars on the side in the old font, on the old nostalgia card from way back when as well. We can turn it around, and now we've got this nice red sweep around here. A little bit of a bio up here as well with the Clone Trooper and the kind of sort of anniversary tree at the bottom. So I guess without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. So here he is in his blister pack. Obviously we can see a lot of accessories here. He's got his two sort of DC blasters and his pistols that he's already holding. So we take them out for our first impression. Don't want to break the rangefinder. I'll just pull him out of here. And yeah, he's looking great. I do like the phase ones. We all know that. That's my favourite of the on the channel. So we're going to go away, put him through his paces, put his review out there, and we see. We've been away, we've taken these pictures, and what can I say about this character? Well, he's done well. You know, I can see what Hasbro have done here. They're doing an ARC Trooper, they're calling it an ARC Trooper, but actually no, it is Fordo, isn't it? It is basically that figure that they made in 6" and calling it an ARC Trooper, and it just sort of annoys me because none ARC Troopers in that Clone Wars looked like this. They didn't have all these gubbins around on his belt. So this is actually Fordo. And Fordo have existed in many other Star Wars franchises that they have made, so like the Vintage Collection and the Clone Wars ones from way back when. So it is annoying that they've gone out and they've used this body. We have done a custom Fordo on the channel before. It's a bit of an older custom, but I have him on the side here, and we'll do a comparison as we go through. So I'll do the initial review, and then we'll look at the actual figure itself and what they've kind of done wrong. So taking a straight look from the outset, he comes with quite a few accessory things on here. It comes with the 4 accessories. So he comes with the DC rifle, same particular one that we always get with the clones. Got the trigger on there, they've got the detailing, done in sort of a nice black gloss, no weathering at all on there. The other one he has is the carbine. Again, the same mould that we always have, and looking not too bad, and done in a gloss black as well. His other accessories are 2 DC pistols, again exactly the same as we always got before, in black gloss as well. And that is all his accessories. So as we go through, we can actually go through this guy's articulation. Articulation wise, he can go left, he can go right, he can look down, and he can look up. It's actually got better movement in the head than the Umbara agent. Arm wise, he's got rotation, which is hindered by the pauldron. We have a nice butterfly joint in there as well, and the arm can come up this far. We've got rotation at the elbow here, and he's also got an elbow bend on this part. We've got rotation at the wrist and on the hinge as well. Swivel left, right, he can look down this far, he can look back this way. Leg wise, comes up this far, hindered obviously by all these bits and other parts here. It can come up this way and back, upper thigh rotation. We've got rotation at the knee, single knee joint as well, and then we've got the rocker and the pivot at the ankle. Did I say the rotation? I can't remember, but yeah, so that is his articulation. And then going into his aesthetics, and this is where it's really becoming a bit annoying really. So we've got this new phase 1 helmet on here, but just look at the paint applications on this. It's not even straight. Look how bad that is off this side and on here as well. It should be more of a thin point coming down as well, and it just doesn't look right on there. So it's a bit annoying. And then we've got this bit here that doesn't join up at all. None of the parts on the back here is painted either. It's all just left in white as well. We have got the removable rangefinder on there, which is nice, and then the rivet parts inside are a little bit of a paint. So looking at this, then we've got the pauldron. It's done in that sort of grey blue as well. It's just looking a bit off, and the pauldron is wrong. It should be a bit more sort of circular at the bottom, but I guess they're just doing a reuse of a body. Then we have the ammo pouch. He should generally have 2 if this is Fordo, and it should be on his left, or his right, not his left. So, you know, they have this little clip in there for a reason, and it's on the wrong side. And then going down to this part, we've got the kind of the ARC Trooper chest plate. He shouldn't have this. He shouldn't have this at all. Yet it's been put on there as well. And also we have the ARC Trooper backpack done in the gunmetal. We've got all the metal parts on there. Going down to the legs, we've got all the nice banding and the pouches and the holsters all in place with the ammos, pouches, bits in here. We've got yellow bits on here, and he's got the kind of grapple or flamethrower parts on his gauntlet part here, but it's not painted. It's just all completely painted in red apart from the yellow lights. And then on his legs are literally all white apart from these bits down here, which are still white, but we've got the extra kind of detailing on those parts. So in all, you know, as a figure, it's just an ARC Trooper painted in the way of Fordo. They've just stuck it all on there and whatnot. What can we do to improve this? Well, for one thing, we could take that off and stick it onto that side, and also just underneath on here we can actually peel this off. If you wanted to, you could actually use some hot glue and really peel that off, so he has a sort of like just a normal torso underneath it. So it could be customized on here. This bit should be a bit more redder, so join on this bit. Needs a bit of a paint app on here. You could always leave the backpack on and take it off, but all these bits need cutting off. This is not right, not at all. But also, another thing about the figure as well, underneath we have a Tamara Morrison head, and as you can see up there, it's actually already made of like a kind of toffee colour. So taking it off, because I would say it's actually tanned like Tamara Morrison, but the actual plastic they've used is a very kind of sort of caramel kind of like looking on there. So normally when they put the face tech on there, it adds a bit of depth as well and colour blemish into the actual figure itself. So we got it there. So it's quite nice actually that they're bringing out figures now with a nice coloured face already. So we just got to do black hair and a couple of eyes, and we don't really have to paint it up necessarily for the paint on there, even though I do think it needs more of a flesh colour on there. But at least that's kind of nice. Taking this helmet off, I didn't even have to try, so I'm not too sure. I've only had a tiny little bit of plastic on there. Normally I'll give it a little bit of a tug just to see, and it actually just lifted off like really easily. It was just that tiny bit. I don't know if everyone else is like that, I have no idea, but at least that's in place, and hopefully it's the way forward what they might be doing. So just putting them on the side here, this is our kind of Fordo. So you could get rid of all these parts here, you could take that off and maybe give them a bit more paint on applications on here. But in the meantime, we're bringing the old custom of Fordo. Now this is going back quite a long way back on the channel itself. So it's all got the old kind of parts on there. I think it's 3D printed. It was all handmade by Milliput. So we have got the actual old pauldron on here, around on the side. Fordo sometimes has the line or the dots on his chest, other times he doesn't. So we've got the 2 ammo pouches on here, and also Fordo does come with like larger pistols. These are 2 larger carbine pistols that I've kind of cannibalized up to make them into more of a sort of looking longer pistol on there. So we can take these out just to show them off and put them into his hand just on there. So even though they're not exactly what they should look like, they should have a bigger sort of like barrel at the end. It just kind of like gave off that kind of that look of them. But yeah, I mean, putting them side by side, I kind of liking the new kind of sort of sized helmet and stuff compared to the old one. It's really growing on me, the old body, because I used to stand by this through and through. But it's just annoying me that this is just completely wrong. And I think I'm going to keep this as my Fordo, and I think I might customize this one into something very special. And I'm thinking maybe like my own Phase 1 Arc Trooper Centurions Corner Legion or something like that. So if you want to design it, if you want to sort of like think of some colour schemes and stuff, normally it's blue and red, isn't it, for Centurions Corner, send it to me on Instagram, and if there's a design I like, I will paint it. So if you feel like you want to give it a dab, then build something, draw it, paint it on the PC and stuff like that, and then send it over to me on my Instagram. It's in the description down below, and send me over a Centurions Arc Trooper that I could possibly paint on the channel a little bit later on, because that's what I'm thinking of doing with this guy. So that's kind of it really. I mean, we could bring in the other Arc Troopers just to bring this in. So we have got the Umbara agent on here. I've tried to keep pulling his helmet off now and again just to see what's underneath, but it will just be a black version of what this one is underneath here. And then we have got the original one here, which is Echo. And yeah, I mean, I love the sculpt, I love the body, but it's just, oh, come on Hasbro, you could have just done a little bit better, especially for this boy here. I mean, he's as famous as Captain Rex. He's the original Captain Rex, and you fudged it up. Big and proper. It's look at this blue, it just looks horrible as well. So anyway, what do you think about this one? Are you going to go out there and buy this one? Is this one that's definitely for you, or are you annoyed that they've done the bad dirty on our old boy here? Let me know in the comments down below. You can subscribe, you can ding the bell, you can follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you again next time. Take care, bye.